Hello, I'm Karen Vander Sanden with Mercy Cedar Rapids. Mercy is opening the doors to the Chris and Suzy DeWolf Family Innovation Center for Aging and Dementia this summer. This unique center is designed to transform the lives of older adults and those living with dementia. We're checking in today with Kathy Good, the center's director. Thanks for joining us, Kathy.
Thank you for having me.
Tell us a little bit about the center and what makes it unique.
Well, the Chris and Suzy DeWolf Center is a place of continuing discovery of new ways to think about aging and dementia. And I like to think about it as being unique in several ways. One is that it provides a set of resources for older adults and those living with dementia all under one roof. And it is connected with Halmar Village, the 237 residents senior living community that is being jointly developed by Mercy Medical Center and Presbyterian Homes and Services. And so as far as we know, we think it is unique in the country to have an innovation center that is connected with a senior living community, because there's a lot of opportunities to learn more about older adults, and also then provides a place where some of these new ideas, we could try them out. It's sort of like having a lab right there connected with this innovation center. And we also believe that we're focusing on older adults and those living with dementia in the Midwest. And so we have been talking with Bradley Sherman, who is the author of The Super Age, and he believes that we're unique because we are focused in the Midwest, that there are innovation centers and things that are happening on the East Coast and the West Coast and in Florida. But because of the ruralness of many people who are living in the Midwest, he thinks that's kind of unique. And he also thinks it's unique because of the variety of services that we're providing, that many innovation centers or other academic places focus on one aspect, but we're focusing on multiple aspects. And the other thing that I'm really proud of is to say that the interior of the Innovation Center has been very intentionally designed so that the design elements are all age and dementia friendly. So we've focused on what makes it good for older adults and those living with dementia regarding flooring and lighting and art and sound and fabric selection. And so that's really been fun too.
Can you give us an example of one of those design elements?
Yes. So the Target company makes a flooring, what we call hard flooring. It's not carpeting, that is particularly meant for people living with dementia because it has no shine. Okay, because you don't want shine, and because it's hard on people's eyes and they're not sure where to step. And the color, they make it in very friendly colors because you want to be able to have the flooring contrast with the walls, but you also want it to be plain so that there are no spots where some carpeting or flooring is too busy. So it's simple.
That's really neat that much thought went into the center.
Yeah, well, it's been really important to me for a very long time. And I think we're kind of unique because I don't think a lot of people are really being as intentional as what works for older eyes, that as they grow older, they kind of yellow. So you want to make sure that there's no sea of beige, so that people can see the contrast between the furniture and the walls and the carpet. And so we've been very intentional.
So we know that our population is aging. Was that the catalyst for building the center?
Well, part of it. Okay, so some of the catalysts came from the success that we've had at the Family Caregivers Center. Family Caregivers Center was opened in December of 2015, and more than half of the caregivers that we have provided services to have been those who are caring for somebody or supporting somebody living with dementia. So we knew that that was a huge need ongoing. And also many of them are spouses and they're older because age is your greatest risk factor for being diagnosed with dementia. So the statistics about dementia, so currently there are about 17,000 people in eastern Iowa that are living with dementia, and 4,750 people in Lynn County, and it's expected to triple by 2050. And then some of the statistics regarding aging. So by 2030, there will be 19.7% of the population of Lynn County that will be over 65.
Wow.
And there are 10,000 baby boomers who are turning 65 every day in this country. So those statistics are sort of like, whoa.
Yeah, we better be ready.
Let's pay attention here because these are big numbers, and older adults and those living with dementia and their care partners need assistance and need support.
So what services will we find in the new Innovation Center?
Well, we will have the Mercy's Center for Memory Health. We'll move there permanently from where they are currently located close to Mercy in the 600 building. We'll have the second location of the Family Caregivers Center offering the same kind of services that we do here, our one-on-one visits, our events. Our event calendar will say, what's at the 901 building where we've been and what's at the 9000 C Avenue location. And so it will be really, great to have a second location. We will be offering services for people living with early stage dementia because there's a gap in our community. So we are in the process of developing what we call a community connections program, and there will be a demonstration site actually at the Innovation Center. And then we will have this age and dementia-friendly showroom and 7 kiosks containing technology and information and products, all of which are aimed at helping people to live more safely and better as they age or live with dementia, and age in place. So Grand Appliance here in Cedar Rapids graciously donated Samsung smart appliances, and they're going into our showroom into cabinetry that has been donated by Kimball International. And so we'll be able to demonstrate how you can use smart appliances, whether you're the person using them or whether you're a caregiver of somebody who's using them, to extend the time that you might be able to age in place.
So can members of the public utilize these services? Obviously, some of them you mentioned can, and then again, Hallmark Village residents.
The Innovation Center, we would welcome the public to come visit. Okay, they certainly can come and visit the showroom and the kiosks. Hopefully, there will be events going on in the Cambridge Auditorium where they might come to a concert or that sort of thing. It's also certainly open to residents of Hallmark Village, as you're saying, and because of Zoom. Many of the events that will be offered at the Innovation Center will be available to wherever you live. We've had a man from Nairobi Zoom into our men's coffee at the Caregiver Center. So we're kind of have unlimited boundaries.
Yeah. So obviously you have a passion for this, being both the director at the Caregiver Center and now the director of the Innovation Center. And there's a bit of a story behind that and where your passion comes from. So tell us a little bit about that before we wrap things up.
Well, for 12 years, I was a spousal caregiver to Dave, my husband, who was diagnosed with a rare form of Alzheimer's 20 years ago. I can't believe it's been that long. And I'm a clinical social worker by background, but I found it daunting, even though I had all of that experience in the community, to figure out what our needs were, where we would go for services, how to access them, get enrolled, manage it, all that sort of thing. And so when Tim Charles, who was then the president and CEO of Mercy Medical Center, asked me about helping start the Caregiver Center and then the DeWolf Innovation Center, I felt like it was an opportunity of a lifetime. And as I look back, I can see that probably I've been in the process of learning all kinds of things and having all kinds of experiences that have been very helpful to me in creating the Caregiver Center and the Innovation Center.
And a book came from that.
Yes. So the book called My World Wore a Bow Tie Because Dave Wore a Bow Tie, is about Dave's life, my life, our life, and how it led to the development of the Caregiver Center and then the Innovation Center. And it's part memoir, part startup manual. It's filled with photos and memorabilia. The page design was done and the layout was done by Steve Erickson. And ironically, the day that I met him 9 years ago was the day after his wife was diagnosed with the same type of dementia that Dave had, the visual variant of Alzheimer's. Just kind of like, how does that all happen? And Margaret LeMay, who is a professor at Co and the co-director of their Center for Health and Society, she would tell you if she was here that she helped shape my words. So, and then Jade Angelica, who is an author in her own right, who lives in Dubuque, did a beautiful job of, it touched me, of writing a review that's on the back of the cover of the book.
Well, I'm sure we'll find copies of this at the Innovation Center.
Yes,
for anybody
and
who
at the Caregiver Center, yes. And I would love for them to have copies. So,
well, Kathy, thank you so much for joining us today and telling us about the Innovation Center. And I think it'll be exciting to see how all this thoughtfulness and hard work pays off in patient benefits in so many ways.
And because at the Innovation Center, we are not afraid of change. We don't fear it. We welcome it. What you see today at the Innovation Center may be very different than what you see next year.
Very exciting. Thanks,
Thank
Kathy.
you.